You're welcome to another edition of your channel, Gunners Community TV. So today, because obviously there were no games over the weekend, so we'll just be looking at the highlights from the female game yesterday against Spurs. So the Arsenal female team were victorious against Spurs yesterday, scoring 4 goals to nil. You had, I think, Katie McCabe scored, Midiama scored, Betty Mead, I think Betty Mead also scored. So we'll just be looking at the highlights of that. Then we'll be looking at build up into the game for Thursday and also for the weekend, looking at some of our injury concerns. So that's basically what we'll be looking at for today. So after the highlights from the goals, now we can talk about some bits of the male team. Even though they didn't get to play any game over the weekend, as I said before. So we just look at some of the development stories from the week. Firstly, attention turns to Pate and Tierney. So both of them have injury scares. It seems Tierney is actually injured. He had an head injury in the last game for Scotland. For Partey, it's more of injury scares. There's still no clear certainty of details on the injury or whether he's even actually injured. So the report was that in the pre-match warm-up for Ghana against Brazil, he felt a tingling pain in his knee. So details on that is still yet to be given. But at least he's back in him and Tierney are back at us now. So that's how they can access them ahead of the weekend game against Arsenal, against Tottenham, sorry, which would be the male version of the North London derby. So everybody is anticipating that Arsenal will win because the female team have won. The under 18 team also won by 4 goals to 1, with Benjamin scoring a hat trick, and then the guy who made his debut, Ethan Nwaneri, he also got to score. He's the one that scored the fourth goal for Arsenal in that game. So everybody's expecting that at least Arsenal wins this against Tottenham. The scoreline is immaterial at the moment. What's just key is that the fact that Arsenal wins. Then away from that, we'll go to the possible transfers. So it seems like Arsenal will still be going for Douglas Luiz by January because obviously it's evident that we can't rely on Partey. Partey is always injured and looks like he's going to be injured again in the ahead of the North London derby. So really, people are at least there's anticipation that Arsenal would go for Douglas Luiz or Danilo from Palmeiras in Brazil. Also, another developing story regarding transfer is the transfer of Vlahovic. So if you follow the transfer news from January this year, you will know that Arsenal have been keen on Vlahovic right from his days at Fiorentina before he moved to Juve. Unfortunately for him, his move to Juve has not been fruitful for him. So it's looking like Juve will be looking to cut their losses on him, and Arsenal being linked with him before. By default, stories that will generally develop regarding him and a move to Arsenal. So those are the two positions that it looks like Arsenal will reinforce on. Also, there is a bit of snippets regarding Modric, the guy from Shakhtar, who granted an interview and was saying he won't, left to him, he won't mind the move to Arsenal. So there's also developing stories in that direction regarding transfers. So those are the transfers to watch out for regarding January. Modric, Danilo or Douglas Luiz, and then Vlahovic. So those are the four transfers to watch out for, or at least three, depending, because it's between Douglas Luiz or Danilo for the DM position. So those are the things to look at for come January. So let's just hope Arsenal can beat um what's it called, Tottenham over the weekend. Then also let's not forget we are facing Bodo Glint in our Europa game by midweek. That's on Thursday. We were supposed to play PSV, but because of the burial ceremony of the Queen, so that was postponed because it was supposed to be in London, so that was postponed. So now we're going to be playing Bodo Glint by Thursday this week. So hopefully we can continue with our beautiful record in the Europa, winning our first game. Hopefully we can continue with that again to beat Bodo Glint and then defeat PSV in our first leg against them, which is coming up on 20th of this month, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's when the fixtures rescheduled for. So that's basically it. So we're looking at the midweek game against Bodo Glimt, which is on Thursday, and also the weekend game, which is the big one, not London Derby. As I think that's going to be played at the Emirates. So hopefully Arsenal can get the 3 points in that game and we can go fully back to our winning ways. We are back to winning ways, obviously. We beat Brentford, so hopefully we can just continue with that and then try to see what happens as the league wears on. Hopefully we can. I didn't say so. Hopefully we can win the league this season. You didn't hear it from me. So we've come to the end of the show for today. So you can like, share, and subscribe. On to the next.